All right, welcome one and welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. We are once again from Tall Anderson Field, home of the Omaha Mavericks out of the Summit League. It is time for UNO Quad game number 3, our broadcast number 2. And we're happy to be here at it yet again, ladies and gentlemen, as we have coming up for you a battle between the Black Raiders of Sioux City East and the Rams of Glenwood. Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for taking part and tuning into the broadcast here. As always, appreciate coming along and having some fun with us. And as we go along, we'll start with our Casmium Sports pregame show. Once again, brought to you by Casmium Sports. Check them out today, how they can help your program, your player, and more. What can they do for you? They can do a whole lot. What can't they do is the better question. Check them out today at Casmium, CASIUM, online and, of course, in person. All right, let's take a look at the team comparison here. As we did for Game 1, we'll do for Game 2. And again, we start off with the third-ranked Sioux City East Black Raiders. They are number 1 in over 15 statistical categories, folks, as they come into this battle. They come off of a heck of a season last year, 1 win shy of the state tournament at 26-14 overall. Their 15th 20-plus win season since 2009. And right now, they're on a roll. This was their record coming into today's action. They are now 30-4 on the campaign and continue to do a lot of great work and do some really damage across the 4A scene. And what do I mean by damage? I mean, really, they have done a lot. They are number 1 in home runs with now 21 on the year. RBIs at 262 heading into today's game. Obviously, adding 3 more to that helps that cause. They are number 1 across the 4A scene in run differential. And then on the other end of it, they are first in fielding percentage, Ks, and 7th in earned runs. Meanwhile, they take on the Glenwood Rams in this overall series in which the Sioux City East Black Raiders lead this one by a 10-2 margin. Again, this would being the 13th battle between these two squads, and the Raiders have taken 10 of those games. For Glenwood, they come in after one of their best seasons over the last 5 or so years. 18 wins, ranked the 3rd highest win total, again, in the last 7 years. And this year, they're kind of on a little bit of a rough patch, but still heading strong. 8-14, 7th in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And as you can see there, a good amount of hits, total bases, and walks on the season. And that is where we stand with the Glenwood Rams up to this point. We're going to take a look at the batting order here for both squads. And we're first going to start off with the Sioux City East Black Raiders, who will be kicking things off as the road team here in this game. Cal Jepson will start off, and then we will continue on. Jack Sealer, Kason Claiborne, Bowden Calling, Logan Churkas. And again, as we go down the line here, Quentin Ashcraft is new into the lineup here. He will be at the number 8 hole. Dane Milton rounds out in the second leadoff spot. Brody Hanks will be in the number 7 hole. Lincoln McCaffrey at 6. Bodie Calling at 5. Logan Churkas, the DH, will be in the cleanup spot. Kason Claiborne in the number 3 hole. Jack Steeler second, and Cal Jepson first. And, of course, that is for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. And on the other side of things, we take a look at the Glenwood Rams. They start off, as we will have to edit that here just a second. Here we'll come back with that in just a bit. But defensively, we will go ahead and look at this way. The Rams will look a lot like this defensively. Miles Stanton is doing the pitching duties on the mound to start. Corbin Pelzer will be behind the dish. He will be accompanied by the first baseman in Ben Carlo. Graham Newberry will be at second, followed by Brennan Anderson at short, and the hot corner manned by Ryan Turner. Pierce Dalton will be in left field, followed by Ben Christensen in center and Trey Williamson in right field. And that will be the defensive look here for the Glenwood Rams. And now we'll move on over And take a look at the Sioux City East Black Raiders, as their lineup will look, again, a lot similar, but with a few changes here as we go ahead and take a look at that. And the Black Raiders look like this defensively. Brody Hanks will be pitching. Lincoln McCaffrey will be behind the dish. Okay, it'll be Jack Steeler at first, Bodie Calling at second, Cal Jepson at the shortstop, and hot corner manned by Kason Claiborne. Dane Milton in left, Quentin Ashcraft in center, Kason, and of course it will be Frankie Stews in right field as well. And now Cal Jepson starting us off as we get rocking and rolling. Game number 3, our second broadcast of the day, and a strike there thrown. And now Cal Jepson, who got onto the base pass once, looking for his first official hit here in this one. Takes a look at that one a little bit high. We go with a 1-1 count. Again, Jepson led off and is leading off yet again. He ropes that one into center, and that will be all the way to the big UNO in center field. And the first hit of the UNO quad for Cal Jepson as he puts himself onto the base path. Jepson, a heck of a year, like we said already, helping this team to 30 wins on the season. As now Jack Steeler stepping on up to the plate. He had a big triple in game 1. He sends that into center field, gets him back, and a heck of a play made coming on with the run as Jepson will have to make his way back to first. A heck of a play out there in center field, and the Glenwood Rams thwart what could have been a big play there. In the end, we have one down here with one runner on.
Now batting for the Black Raiders, third baseman number 9.
And now Kason Claiborne, who picked up his 6th home run of the season in the last game, looking to try and get something rolling here with one down and one runner on. And Christensen with the out there in center. The next pitch, that one, a sharp rope left side. That'll squirt beyond the glove. And Cal Jepson moves on over to second. A long, big stride around the base pass here. And we get runners now at second and first with just one down. As Kason Claiborne officially picks up a hit. That would be his second of the quads right now. And the DH Logan Cherkas stepping on up to the plate. Cherkas across game 1, hit by pitch, flew out and struck out. Sends this one foul for strike 1. Again, these two teams meeting for the 13th time all time. 10 wins for the Black Raiders, 2 wins for the Glenwood Rams. And a check swing there in play. A quick play at that across the diamond, and a bouncer goes good. The throw home not in time. And in the meantime, Thieler's heading on over to third. A wild turn of events there. And the Black Raiders get on the board first. They lead this one 1-0. Heck of a play defensively there at short. That was kind of a running play. You had to kind of get off the ball and faded to your non-throwing side. So, man, that was a heck of a play. In the end, great bounce there, and good job by the first baseman to collect it and snag the out. And as that one goes too far outside, ball 1. And that one's shot left side, and it's a 2-0 advantage just like that. Ball squirts away and headed now to second. And now he's headed to third. He's going to try and leg this one out, and sure does without much of a throw. And heck of a job there heck of a job there as that ends up with Bodie Calling standing on third after the single turn triple. And again, up next, the catcher is Lincoln McCaffrey. Across game one, he went hitless, was hit by a pitch in the fifth inning. The 0-1 delivery, that one's too far outside, evens it up now at one apiece. A 2-0 advantage here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders as they continue to roll right on here after winning their first game against West Des Moines Valley. And again, they are looking to come out of here a perfect 2-0. Meanwhile, the Glenwood Rams, this is their first battle here of the UNO quad. Next pitch sails outside too far, and we go 6 pitches, and we draw the walk. Lincoln McCaffrey finds his way onto the base pass here. And now that will put runners on the corners here with 2 down. Up next is Brody Hanks, the pitcher here in today's contest.
Brody Hanks. Running for the catcher at first base, number 13, Sully Weimer.
Swing through that one, unfortunately comes up empty, strike one. And Hanks across game one was a line out, walk, and strikeout victim. So certainly would love to get on the base via the hit here. On the season, the senior batting .364 comes into this one with 17 hits under his belt, 20 hits under his belt, 18 runs driven in. And swings through that one, knew he probably should, and we go 0-2. And the runner taken off, that will be ball. And there we go, 1-2 here the count with a runner now at second base. So we got second and third with 2 down. Calling standing over there at third. And that one sails a bit high on him, evens it up now at 2 apiece. The next pitch, that one gets him swinging through that one, pulled the string, and the first strikeout of the game here for the Glenwood Rams as they set them down, but not before 2 runs cross the plate here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. They hold that advantage as we head into the next inning, and when we do the lineup for Glenwood, Pelzer, Christensen, and Turner right after this.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insolites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insolites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insolites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Right field number 16.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us here once again from Tall Anderson Field, home of the University of Omaha Mavericks, out of the Summit League. And again, we'll take a look now as we dive into our pitcher here on the docket for Sioux City East. And that is Brody Hanks as we take a look at his numbers on the 2025 campaign. Hanks has not had a ton of action so far. 4 2/3 innings, has a 1-0 record through 2 games played. Has a sports an ERA of 1.50. Has 2 strikeouts, just 1 earned run, 5 hits in those few innings worth of action. And he gets a chance to do it here in game 2 of the doubleheader for the Black Raiders here. And starting on off for the Glenwood Rams, number 4 in Corbin Pelzer. And first one he sees is strike 1. That one's fouled back. And here we continue on. 1 2 now the count with nobody out as we just start the bottom half of inning number 1. The next pitch. That one tried to hit the upstairs corner, could not, brings it 2-2. And that one gets away inside the line there, just under the glove of Claiborne. And standing up there with a slide-in double, Corbin Pelzer kicks things off, and the Glenwood Rams have some fireworks early. And Ben Christensen now standing up to the plate. He's getting his chance here after a season in which the freshman is batting .443, has 35 total bases across 31 hits on the year, 11 runs driven in. He has struck out just 11 times and has walked 9 in his 2025 season. Now, pitch goes skyrocketing out of play, 0-1. And again, the defensive look here for the Black Raiders will be like this, as you can see here. And again, we will update you on we'll get the Glenwood defense when we come back. And now the 1-1 count, the delivery here from Hanks on the mound. And that one gets hit high. That one's tailing out there in shallow right field. Coming on will be, no, Stoos will drop that one. And now we get a runner over there to third. So the error proving a little costly here for Sioux City East. And we have runners now at second and third with nobody down. Wow. In the end, that kind of got lost in there. I think he lost that one.
Now batting for the Rams, the third baseman, number 12, Ryan Turner.
And again, as we continue to rock it here, nobody out and a premier chance. As a double and an error put 2 runners on, and a swing through from the number 3 hole man in Ryan Turner makes it 0-1. And let's getting the scoreboard up here. Thanks again, VR, for mentioning that. A little technical difficulties here, but we go ahead and try and bring that up. Let me know if you can see that here. Hit me up. Just say, yeah, we got it. No, we don't. In the end, thanks again for giving that and helping us out there. The 0-1 delivery here. Nobody out. And that one gets lifted out there into left field. That will find its way to the wall now, as one run has already come on home. And now Glenwood will officially tie this one up, as a single turn double plates two, and Ryan Turner brings in two on the RBI. A heck of a job. That landed right before Milton, and really just had a heck of a hop there on him. Didn't quite play it in the right way. Again, this is one where you're going to get a little bit of, like they say, truer hop, but those hops are also going to be a little bit more exaggerated at times. So after the Rams have now tied it up at 2, we continue to move on once again with nobody out, as Ben Carlo stepping on up to the plate, trying to add on to what has been a solid year for him. The sophomore batting .388 and sends that one into shallow right, coming on with the catch. And an attempt to throw it over there to second gets away. But nice job there by Stoos coming on and making sure that they don't have to deal with the bounce there, as that has already plagued them twice here in this inning. So as they get that elusive first out here, we move on to the number 5 hole man, Charlie Hutchcraft, the DH here for the right fielder. Lefty, bringing a lefty on righty battle here against Brody Hanks on the mound. That one not quite in there. We go 1-0. Again, it was the Black Raiders to score first. They happened to poke across a couple runs here in the very first inning of action, led by 3 hits. And right now, it's been a heck of an outing here to start for Glenwood, as they have 2 hits so far, including a 2-run single here by Ryan Turner. The 2-0 is lifted into left field, and that will find its way into the shallow corner. And talking about a seeing eye hit, man, that had eyes, and that was in that no man's land out there, just outside of third base. So heck of an effort, and in the end, Glenwood continues to roll here. Make that now 3 hits on the inning, on the game overall for the Rams, as they continue to showcase now with runners on first and third. And now Brendan Anderson stepping on up to the plate, trying to add with just 1 down here. Been a huge start for the Rams as they've answered Sioux City East 2 runs. So far, 5 combined hits, 3 belonging to Glenwood, a pair for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. Both teams with at least 1 error so far in this one. And Hanks takes a look at first. He'll fire home. That one in a slow roll out there to Coling. He'll pick in the fire from Jemison to first. Gets him. 4th double play of the quad here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders, as it is an absolute beauty there, but not before the Glenwood Rams tie this one up on the strength of an RBI single here from Ryan Turner. And we now have a tie ball game once again as we continue on. We have wrapped up the first inning officially. It's time to head on to inning number 2. And when we do, 8, 9, and 1 due up here for the Black Raiders when we return.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Hey, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning on in as we dive into the top half of inning number 2. And the broadcast brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. A perfect atmosphere for you to have for any type of occasion, man. Take them out, get a reservation, have a dining experience you will not forget. Check them out today at logcabingreeksteakhouse.com. That is a sharp shot out there to second. Nice pick and the fire. And Glenwood showing some good defense there. In the end, Newberry with the recorded out, number 1.
Now batting for the Black Raiders, the left fielder, number 3, Dane Milton.
And now Dane Milton stepping on up to the plate after game 1. He officially went 1 for 1 with a sacrifice. He was hit by pitch, but singled back in the 4th inning of that game. And takes a look at ball 1 to start his first at bat here. It's been a game which big first inning. Both teams plating 2 runs. And for the Sioux City East Raiders, they end up with a couple of hits in their opening inning, and they end up pushing across a couple runs in the process, and the help by Bodie Calling and others. And in the end, that one gets laced out there into left center field, as that will hit into the gap all the way to the wall. And now that will not only turn it into 2, he's looking for 3 here, and the slide in there, and we have a triple here for the number 8 hole man. As we continue on, Quentin Ashcraft officially with a strong start here. As Dane Milton with a strong start.
Returning to the top of the Sioux City East order. Now in the shortstop, number 2, Cal Jepson.
And with the leadoff triple here by the 9-hole man, the top of the lineup comes back. And Cal Jepson, who has singled his first time up, later came around to score one of their first 2 runs of the game. That one gets high, possibly enough to send him on home. And that one gets away. And in the end, not only do they get the run on home, but Cal Jepson stands his way on second now after the mishap in the outfield, plates one more, and we have a 3-2 lead here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. It looked like there was just a little bit of trying to avoid a collision out there and left. In the end, it ends up costing them. Meanwhile, Jepson officially picks up his second hit of the ball game here as he helps to bring the lead once again in favor of the Black Raiders here. 1-0 the count, now changed to 1-1 for Jack Thieler. Thieler, a flyout victim, his first time up, flew out to center. Had a triple back in game 1. And he sends that high into center field once again. Sends them back, and that is off the wall. And count that, a stand-up double here for Jack Steeler, as he will officially double the lead here for the Black Raiders as he plates Jemison. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Black Raiders. That one had quite a bit of mustard behind it, and fortunately for the Rams, didn't have quite enough to get out of here. But again, you land, and it's going to give you quite a big bounce here on this field. We've already seen that magnified already through just an inning and a third here in this battle. And, of course, that brings up Kason Claiborne to the plate. Claiborne so far is 1 for 1, singled, and later came around to score in his first trip back in the very first inning. And the nightcap after this one will be Glenwood taking on Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And I got to give a shout out to Coach Britsky. For the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx, and I got just mentioned him, and here he comes popping in. But got to give a shout out to him and the Lynx for making this possible. Heck of this is always a great time that we get to be here and have a lot of fun. This is a professional type venue, as Kason Claiborne is hit by a pitch and sent off to first. But it's a heck of a venue, one that we never will forget, and thankfully we get to come back here each and every year. So it's always such a blast here, as now Logan Cherkoff stepping on up to the plate. But always a heck of a time, a blast, and we enjoy this, and just got to count ourselves blessed that we get to have these opportunities. And again, the Lynx, everybody there, Coach Britsky, and everybody for making this possible. This is really what it's all about, and we can't thank them enough for allowing us, and of course the University of Omaha for allowing us to broadcast here. And, of course, coming on up in the next half inning, we'll try and get Coach Britsky on and have a conversation about what is a heck of a quad from a heck of a venue. That one and a light strike out there to second. Almost mishandled that one, but nicely done by Newberry to capture the out there. Meanwhile, the runners do advance. We do have 2 down with runners now at second and third. And Glenwood trying to limit the damage here to just 2 runs here. And Steeler stands on third, just 1 trip away from headed home. Claiborne stands on second. And again, up at the plate now is Bodie Calling, looking to get something, looking to take one for a ride here. And that one dives in for the strike here. We quickly go to 0-2. And that one gets away just a little bit, and headed on home is Steeler. There will be a throw. The play at the plate is no go. And now we have second one coming on, as Kason Claiborne found a great opportunity. He plates 2 more now, and it's a 6-2 ball game for the Raiders. Calling so far 1 for 1 on the day. He did see 2 runners on at the start of this at-bat. He fouls that one to keep it 2 strikes. He saw 2 runners on to start, and then a wild pitch not only brings home 1, but heads up running by Kason Claiborne brings home 2. It's now a 6-2 advantage here for Sioux City East. And that one's shot foul here. We keep it at 2 strikes. 41 pitches here. Already in this game. It's a tough battle between these 2 squads, in which the Black Raiders have won 10 out of the last 12. Miles Stanton once again on the mound for the Rams. That one too far outside. And as we look at Stanton on the season, heck of a year that he has had. He comes in 1-2 with under 25 innings pitched on the season. He has 23 strikeouts across that mark, has allowed 37 hits, teams hitting 301 against him on the campaign. So Bodie calling with a 2-2 count, trying to extend the inning in which it has seen the Black Raiders plate 4 and go from a 2-2 tie to a 4-run advantage. That one gets set high and into the stands it goes. Again, coming on up in the nightcap, it is Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln up against the Glenwood Rams as we wrap up the UNO quad. That one gets hit high. A major league pop-up just breaches the outfield grass into shallow center, and messing up with that, coming on, tried to get there, but in the end, that one got just a little bit out of hand here for Newberry. And we have started to see a couple of those right now. That one looked like it was bound all the way. We couldn't quite see it. And in the end, we've had now 3 of those in which we have been unable to kind of locate those high pop-ups. Those seem like those are just as dangerous now as a shot into the gap. And now Lincoln McCaffrey stepping on up. He drew a walk his last time up and sends that one back for an 0-1 count. So due to the mishap in shallow center, the Black Raiders continue on with this one as calling now stands at first. And again, Lincoln McCaffrey up at the plate looking at a 1-1 count. Miles Stanton on the mound here. And as we mentioned earlier, Stanton, a junior with a 2-2 record on the year, 27 innings under his belt, 23 strikeouts, has just 12 walks. As a runner taken off, Coling will find his way on to the second base because it is a free trip here for Lincoln McCaffrey. And this one getting just a little bit out of hand here. As a hit by pitch will place another runner onto the base pass, mark it first and second here for Sioux City East.
Now batting the pitcher number 18, Brody Hanks.
And now Hank stepping on up to the plate. Strikeout victim his first time up.
13, Sully Weimer.
Weimer doing the pitch running duties as that one is lifted into right field. And coming on strong will be Williamson, and he will stop the bleeding, but not before the Black Raiders posted across 4 runs. They now lead the hit column 5-3 and the run column 6-2. And we'll be back as we get Glenwood Rams with their answer with Newberry, Dalton, and Stanton right after this.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast here as we continue to rock from Tall Anderson Field here in Omaha, the home of the Mavericks from University of Omaha. I have with me now the head coach here for the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx here, Coach Britsky, joining me as, again, the arbiter, the man who's spurring on what is a heck of an event here from, again, a pro-level type of facility.
Absolutely pro level. UNO does a great job. They've invested a ton of money into the Baxter Arena area. The baseball field here and the softball field complex is really state of the art and first class, and they treat us really, really well. Everybody in the front office and the grounds crew that comes out and works these games for us. It's a really cool opportunity for the players, and that's what it comes down to. So they treat us very well.
And you know what? You know, it's funny because the first year that we were a part of this, Coach, I came here and I thought for half a second as Newberry sends that one up high and caught out there by Ashcraft in center. At first, I thought, man, Coach Britsky's sending me on a wild goose chase because Google hadn't yet put it in. It had not been Google mapped at this point, so I was kind of worried that I was heading into the middle of a cornfield or just the middle of a grass field at one point.
That's true. Yeah, it is. When we say brand new, it is brand new. I know that the Nebraska Class A, Class B state championship games are here. And I know that they're very appreciative as well. It's just that kind of facility we're talking about.
Yeah, and certainly, again, it is so new and so well done. And again, everybody here really helps out. I mean, the University of Omaha has been great to us. Let us broadcast here as we continue to roll. But it's a great facility. But man, one thing I got to ask here before we go any further is, how fun is it to not have to worry about the rain?
I don't know. We've been doing this for 3 years now, and it's always a hold your breath kind of day. You invest a lot of time, energy, and effort in scheduling this game, and you pay a pretty penny to use the field for the day. So you always have your fingers crossed that the weather holds up. And so far, one kind of rainy day and 2 really hot, muggy days, and I guess that's what you get at the end of June. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, this is something you mentioned. A heck of again, the field is amazing. We've already seen you kind of have to play it a little differently here. In this game alone, we've seen the balls bounce pretty high, and not only that, but kind of the sun playing a factor here too.
Yeah, you're dealing with a really high sky right now. Not a lot of clouds up there. High blue sky. It is tough for outfielders sometimes when those balls get up there, especially those major league style pop-ups. It's hard for a guy to judge it. And then certainly the turf always adds an extra element of surprise, right? This turf actually plays really fast compared to some of the turf fields that we play on in the state of Iowa. I don't know. For some reason, this turf is very quick and it's very bouncy and it's a big yard. And so all of a sudden, you misplay one in the outfield, you turn a double into a triple really, really fast. So it's up to the outfielders to make sure we're telling our guys, hey, your job is to keep the ball in front of you as much as you possibly can. Otherwise, let the team run for days.
Yeah, and we've seen that already a couple times as Miles Stanton comes up for a pitcher-pitcher battle here. And again, coaches, as you put this together here, how long has this UNO quad been going? And what year does this mark?
So this is year 3. We decided to do it after my first year. I started reaching out to local fields, and I live in Omaha, so I'm close. Obviously Council Bluffs is right next door. So teaching over there, coaching over there, living over here, I knew that we had some options as far as some really pro facilities are concerned. We have Warner Park, where the Omaha Storm Chasers AAA club plays. And then, of course, you have the home of the College World Series at TD Ameritrade. We did reach out to both of those facilities in the early kind of beginnings of this process. We were sort of priced out of those 2 places, probably rightfully so. But UNO has given us a very affordable place to play, and we're going to keep on as long as we can. They're really good to us. We're good back to them, and it's something that we want to do every year and a hallmark in our program. The guys can look forward to it, and really what it comes down to is just the experience that these guys get, and we want to give them the best. And we bring in teams from the middle of the state. Trevor and I, Coach Miller at Sioux City East, are really good buddies, and he's got a great team this year that I think can probably win a state title. And so it's giving them a chance to play in a cool field like this as well.
Yeah, man, and again, I got to say that you got to me there good as that one is chopped out there to Claiborne. Claiborne with the pick and fire to get the out there 1, 2, 3. go the Rams here. But I got to say, man, that you did hit on my point that I was going to bring up here. You get the East here in Glenwood as well. And, of course, you guys, and then Valley. I mean, you got a good lineup here. And last year you had a good lineup. But unfortunately, it got rained out a little bit. But there's a lot of teams that do want to play here. And you just kind of you bring in the excitement. But, again, it's the opportunity that even coach here is pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good experience. I mean, everything from the dugout to the batting cages, it's all professional. And so the kids get to be in a dugout that's 3 times the size of probably their ballpark dugouts. You got to walk up 3 steps, get to the field. I mean, it doesn't get any more pro than that. So again, just giving kids an opportunity. This is never about us, and I think every coach would agree that this is not our experience. This is their experience, and we want to give them the best opportunity we can. And so this is something that's a hallmark at Abraham Lincoln High School is you're going to play the UNO quad before you get out of here.
Yeah, man, it's always a great time, and got to ask here about every season has a new kind of look here. The Lynx, obviously, what you never play an easy schedule. You're coaching, and again, how would you kind of rate the schedule that you get in and year out? The conference anyway is loaded this year, as we see. I mean, it's starting to. I'm starting to think here that now this is going to be a steady conference as it has been the last 5 years.
Well, I think the state recognizes that, and I think it recognizes it because they moved the state title game to Sioux City. I think for a long time, this side of the state has been overlooked, and I think there's really, really good baseball over here. I think all the coaches that are involved in the Missouri River Athletic Conference are really top-notch guys who really care about their programs and developing programs and long-lasting success. And so I think you're going to see that progression to continue to rise, and the western side of the state getting a little bit more attention than maybe they have in the past.
And, talking about building your programs here as we wind down, I got to say, you and I always have the conversation of kind of what's going on. And you seem to be as excited with your freshmen, with the 8th graders as you do these upperclassmen, sophomores on back. But, you have always been excited about what their progression is. And rightfully so, because it does mean a lot for the future.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, you have to build a program, and that starts with the floor. We always talk about raising the floor. If you got to think about who's in your program, and every program has the worst player in the program, right? Who's the worst guy in the program? And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just who's the worst guy? That's where you're at as a team. So we got to continue every single year to raise the floor as much as possible, to challenge guys to raise their own standards, to meet the standards that we set for them. And then that's how you get successful programs.
As Quentin Ashcraft doing the duties as he gets his second attempt here, 0 for 1 on the day so far for him. And as he steps on up against, again, the Glenwood Rams, who is sporting up on the mound here in Miles Stanton. Stanton looking for his first strikeout here of the game. I should say second strikeout of the game. And again, Ashcraft now looking at a 1-1 count. And, as you put this together, Coach, I think you started to spur on a lot of great thoughts, a lot of great thinking across the state as we're starting to see more and more games. I mean, we've already seen games in Major League stadiums, but this kind of has a really cool feel to it and a really unique twist to it. But we're starting to see a whole lot more in terms of teams and programs just wanting to find different venues and just make it cool for the players.
That's exactly right. And that's really what it comes down to. You have facilities that are gracious enough to let high school teams play on them. We've seen it in Sioux City. We've seen it in Des Moines at Principal Park there and the University of Iowa. So it happens all over the place. And we're gracious for that opportunity. I mean, a lot of these guys want to go on and play at the next level. And so giving them a field that sort of represents what that might be, I think is really important to grow the game.
As Ashcraft is hit here, marking the now 7th base runner on the day here already through 3 innings here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. And, this is one where if you're a good team, you take advantage of a lot of stuff here, and we see that especially with Sioux City right now.
I could talk for days about Sioux City East. Coach Miller has done a fantastic job, him and his staff. They're really classy guys, and their players are phenomenal dudes. I don't say this about many programs, but when you play Sioux City East and you have players like Jack Steeler and Kason Claiborne and Cal Jepson,
Yeah, that bunt attempt nicely placed down there, and almost he did like it out. Heck of a job there from the 9-hole man, Milton, with a bunt single here. Now puts runners at first and second here with nobody out.
That's the thing about East. They just continue to put pressure on you over and over again, and it seems like it's relentless 1 through 9. We've said from the get-go, they feel different this year. They feel like they got a different
They do,
team.
don't they?
They
Yeah.
look different. There's a swagger and attitude about them that says, hey, we're here to stay. And I think this is a team that competes for a state title here in a couple weeks.
And you know what? And again, to your point earlier, man, it seems like there's so much more. It's demanded respect. Now it's like you can't ignore the western side of the state, as that's going too far in ball one. But you can't ignore them, because not only Sioux City East, but you have Bishop Heelan going as well. Obviously the Lynx have been strong for a while here. And I mean, the entire conference, I should say, all the way down. And even teams like MLC Floyd Valley in the area, they have now, constantly demanded that presence, as that one gets lifted. And that one is now bouncing over for a stand-up double. And what a shot there, as Cal Jepson now plates one, he gets another trip onto the base pass, his third hit here. And I don't know, take me through your thoughts on that here, Coach. It seems like the center fielder in Christensen kind of lost that mid through.
Yeah, it's just a shot off the bat. It's hard to tell when you're not standing down there on the field, and it's easy for us to be critical of the defense sometimes. But again, when you have this high blue sky with not a lot of cloud coverage to give you any depth perception, it's really tough to get out there and field a ball. And you got to remember too, Glenwood, I think, plays on a field that's about 320 to center field, 350, as do we, and 310 down the line. So you're really opening up that middle part of the field. It's hard to judge. We sit in the dugouts and we're trying to get guys in positions. We have a hard time saying, well, are they too far back? Are they too far in? Just because of the depth that we're working with.
Yeah, and again, it's always a challenge when you have to play in these. You don't have to. You get to when you play in these ballparks, and certainly. So not only that, it shows, and for me, it shows the skill that you have defensively when, like the Raiders had in the last game, they didn't have any of this, right? We've already seen it here happen several times in this game, but it gives you a bigger appreciation for what Sioux City East is doing defensively as well.
No question about it. And offensively, being able to put those balls over those guys' head is really
Just
impressive.
like that one there. Plates one, and coming around will be Jepson. He'll end up sliding in and capturing 2 runs here. So Jack Steeler with a heck of a game, his third RBI on the 2-run single.
Like I said, relentless. They never stop, right? Next guy up, next guy up. I think if you talk to Trevor, their motto is TOA, turn the outfielders around.
Yeah.
And that's really what they do, really well. So
Yeah, again, it's a phenomenal group. Again, part of a heck of a conference. That one gets lifted high. That one will be foul, though. I got to say, the left fielder in Dalton did not move a single inch there. I would have not either if that one was headed above my head. That was going to be close to gone.
yeah, these guys they're dudes. They hit. That's what they do, and they're an imposing presence. And I think it's a good model for a lot of teams to look at. We talk about it all the time. We're in the same conference and we're competitors with them, but there's nothing wrong with admiring, how they go about their process. And when they get in the box, everyone kind of takes a step back and says, okay, I know it's coming, right? So it's that attack mindset that you wish every player had.
No doubt about that. Well, here, Coach, that one hits. I could have had that, Coach. You saw me. I was ready.
You were right there. Yep.
I was ready. Anyway, Coach, appreciate the time here. Can't wait to see you guys back out on the field here as the Lynx take on the nightcap here with Glenwood. But thanks again for making this happen each and every year. Thanks for inviting us. It's really great. It's always a special treat.
Of course, yeah. You guys are welcome anytime. We'll keep inviting you. We'll keep having it until they tell us no. So
until they say no. And appreciate it, Coach. Thanks again for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Britsky here. And again, heck of a job he has done with Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And again, part of as we mentioned, a huge strength in the terms of coaching in the Missouri River Conference here. We continue on with a full count now to the one and only Kason Claiborne as he marches up for the third time. It's been a big inning so far. Started with a Quentin Ashcraft hit by pitch. That one sent high, and this has been trouble here so far in this game. And nicely done here by Christensen as he captures the first out. and a big one at that. And in the meantime, we have a runner standing right back on first again with that one down. And again, as that one is flown out to center, it is now Logan Cherkas to step up to the plate. Cherkas so far 0 for 2 ground out, and both times grounded out. Looking to change the tides here. Already 3 runs have crossed the board here for Sioux City East in this inning. And we have a 9-2 advantage here for the Black Raiders early on in this one. As that one's too far inside, counted ball 1. Again, started with a hit by pitch, and then a bunt single by Milton, followed by a 1-run double by Cal Jepson. Jack Sealer with a 2-run single, and Kason Claiborne just flew out here for the first out of the inning. Again, bringing up Logan Cherkas, the DH here in today's battle. The 2-0 count, now the delivery here. Once again on the mound here for the Glenwood Rams, Miles Stanton. And we mentioned him coming into the break here. 23 strikeouts, the second highest mark across the Glenwood Rams pitching staff. And that one goes too far inside, however, and that finds a way. And another hit by pitch, second of the inning. And Logan Cherkas now has the right to claim that he is one of the top men in terms of being hit by pitch, make that 24 on the season. He ties with Colton Schultz of Fort Dodge for the most being hit by pitch here across the 4A scene here in 2025. And now that brings up Bodie Calling to the plate. Last time he came up, reached via error, is officially 1 for 1. That's coming back to me, but can't get to that one here. Almost. I'll claim it anyway, as now we go 0-1 with the count. And again, still 1 down. We have runners on first and second. And now the pitch. That one goes too far inside, and Glenwood trying to find the inside edge of the zone. Not able to capture that one, as that is another hit by pitch, third of the inning, and we load the bases here. And most likely we will probably have a pitching change here as things have unraveled on the mound here. Again, it has been quite the battle here. Again, it started off very, very competitively. It was 2-0 after the top half of the first for the Black Raiders, but then Glenwood answered with 2 of their own in the bottom half. Since then, it has been 7 unanswered runs here for the Black Raiders, and they're trying to add even more onto it. Again, we have, I should state, a new pitcher onto the mound here. Victor Cruz is rocking it. This is his 3rd appearance of the season. 2 strikeouts coming into the ball game, but he gets his chance now to try and work it here, and trying to work his magic to get out of a bases loaded jam already with 3 runs having come home. That one's sent back here. We have strike here as we continue on with Lincoln McCaffrey, who has been hit by pitch himself and walked in 2 trips. So again, our timeline here for this game so far, both teams scored 2 runs in the first, and since then it has been 4 in the second for the Black Raiders, 3 so far in the top half of inning number 3 for Sioux City East. They have 7 hits overall compared to 3 hits for the Glenwood Rams. There have been 5 errors committed, 3 on Glenwood, 2 for the Black Raiders. And that's where we stand in our final stat line up to this point, brought to you by Casmium Sports. Check them out today, CasmiumSports.com. A lot of great stuff, and how they can help you. Well, the better question is, what can't they help you with? As we have a rarity here broadcast-wise. We have a hit by pitch bringing home a run. That is the 3rd straight hit batter, as we are now probably going to have a forced hand for Coach as he's coming on out. and we'll most likely get something rocking with a new pitcher coming on up, as the Black Raiders have officially poked across 10 runs on 7 hits. And again, as Cruz will exit the game here, we will look to have a new pitcher. And when we come back, we'll give you the name and the stats. And right now, we're going to head on to a quick break, and we'll be back after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here as we continue on top of inning number 3. It is now Brennan Anderson to take his time, and he will switch from short and head on over to the pitching duties. As he starts off, he will be going up against Brody Hanks, representing the 9th batter of the inning here for the Black Raiders, taking a look at ball 1. And that one gets hit high. That will be a major league pop-up, and nicely done out there by Newberry. He captures out number 2, and a much-needed out like that. As again, the pop out to second now brings up for the second time here in this one, Quentin Ashcraft. He was a hit-by-pitch victim back, well, in this very inning, as the lineup has now turned over as we get Ashcraft back up for the second time here in inning number 3. And we go 0-1 the count. Again, runners on every single base. The Black Raiders have juiced them. And that one too far inside. And Ashcraft, for the second time in this inning, make it now 4 consecutive hit by pitch. That brings home a run. And with the run being brought in, hit by pitch here, again, Ashcraft's second time being hit on the day. And now that increases the Black Raider lead, make it 11-2. And this one has gotten quite out of hand here, despite the fact that it was a very competitive one early. And now Dane Milton stepping on up to the plate. Last time in this very inning, he singled on a bunt single. Later came around to score part of 5 runs in the top of the third for Sioux City East. That one laced left side. That one gets under the glove of Turner at third. That puts 1 run home, and we're having another one at that. 2 more on the stand-up double here by Dane Milton as he ends up making it a 13-2 ball game here for the Raiders. A heck of a job there staying with that one. And again, this pitching staff can get you out in front. It's been a pretty skilled pitching staff for the Rams, but in the end, you got to wait back on it, and that's exactly what Milton did. He hugged the line and ended up plating 2. And we have a runner on second base now with a 13-2 advantage. as that one gets lifted high into left center field. Coming on will be Dalton, and he'll capture it to end the inning. But not before the Black Raiders bat through the order once. They bring home 7 runs in this inning and now hold a 13-2 advantage as we head into the bottom half of inning number 3. And when we do, trying to answer back will be the top of the order in Pelzer, Christensen, and Turner when we return from the Rams right after this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online, or hit them up at sweetenorswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Inside the broadcast, Andrew Brown here, helping you through what is a heck of a day so far. This is game number 3 of the UNO Quad. I keep wanting to say UNI for some reason. The UNO Quad, and again, I'm here helping to bring you what is an exciting battle number 2 of our broadcast day. Again, the day started with Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, and West Des Moines Valley. The Tigers winning that one 10-0. And in game 2, which we just wrapped up earlier, it was Sioux City East legging out a 4-3 win over the Valley Tigers. As again, Valley exits the UNO Quad 1-1. And East is looking to be one of the few teams to exit 2-0. They're well on their way right now. As Brody Hanks stepping on up with the top of the Glenwood lineup here. And Corbin Pelzer stepping on up. He is 1 for 1. He struck a hard-ringing double his first time up. Would love to continue that and keep it rocking here. 0-1 turns to 1-1. Again, don't forget, coming up every single Tuesday, we have our High and Tight program where we go ahead and give our Player of the Week winner, as well as some big highlight videos from across the landscape of Iowa high school baseball. And, of course, beyond that, some big highlights and storylines across the state, which you can participate in. Let us know any big storylines, any big news that we should touch up on and really cover a little bit more. We would love to do that on our High and Tight program every single Tuesday. Make sure to hit us up on the IA Sports YouTube page for that, as well as hitting us up every single Monday for our rankings reveal. Again, which comes your way on the iSports YouTube page, a chance for you to see how our rankers are shaking things up in each class. How do things change within the landscape of 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A ball? So here we go, a 2-0 count here with already 1 down and trying to get themselves back into this one. The Glenwood Rams had a huge start to the game as they answered Sioux City East 2 runs with a 2 pair of their own. But since then, they have been outscored again 11-0 as they have had 11 unearned runs cross here for the Black Raiders. And now it's time to chip away at that lead. I mean, if you still continue to get through, get a couple more runs, you can get a full-length game in here. Right now, they're in danger of going early, and that ranks the second hit of the ball game. For the top two leadoff spot, I should say, as Ben Christensen captures his first of the day. That is his second time reaching the base pass, however, as he reached via error back in the first. And now Ryan Turner stepping on up to the plate. Turner so far is 1 for 1. He was the big guy in inning number 1 to bring home those 2 runs on a 2-run single. Since then, it has been a little bit quiet, although, again, it hasn't been more than an inning yet. So, in the end, there hasn't been a lot of time that has passed here for the Glenwood offense offensively. The 1-0 count now continues to improve at 2-0. Again, 8 total hits for the Black Raiders, 4 for the Glenwood Rams. Sioux City East leads this one 13-2. And Hanks with the pitch. That one gets sent high. That one's going in there to shallow right center field. And that one gets away from him there. Heading on to second will be Christensen. He thought that would be caught. In the end, he gets tagged down trying to make it to second there. And again, the struggle is real here. Trying to find that ball in the bright blue sky has been proven to be very difficult here in our second broadcast, game 3 here of the day. So with that, we now go 2 down, and we bring up the cleanup spot here in Ben Carlo, who has flown out to right in his first trip. The 1-0 count from him, and the pitch goes inside, but not too far inside. Evens up the count now at 1 apiece. And the next pitch, and that one sent out of play. Here we go 1-2 at the count. Again, that did seem like, again, between the trio there of Coling, Stoos, and Ashcraft, it just seemed like they kind of lost that one, which, again, that'd be, by my count, the 5th instance of somebody in the outfield losing a ball on a high pop-up. Again, between these two teams, they have faced off 12 times prior to this one, and it has been the Sioux City East Black Raiders to hold the majority in terms of the win column. 10 wins over the last 12 games. Again, this is the 13th battle between these two since 2009. And the 2-2 delivery. And gets some swinging there. That's a strikeout there. The first strikeout of the game here for Hanks as he sets down the lineup now. And 1, 2, 3, 4 go with the Rams. They will go without a run crossing the board for the second consecutive inning. And they're in danger of a shortened game. Again, it is 15-run lead after 4, a 10-run lead after 5, and right now the Sioux City East Black Raiders hold an 11-run advantage as we head into the top of inning number 4. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back, and when we do come back, the Black Raiders will get their chance up with the top edge of the lineup when we return after this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here, the batting donut. I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online, or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. iBaseball.com. And while you're there, let them know that iBaseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here it's the fourth inning, a brand fresh new inning for you, and it's Jack Thieler kicking things off offensively here for the Black Raiders, taking ball one. Thieler so far has had a strong outing. He has had 3 runs driven in on 2 for 3 hitting on the day, a double and a single, and again 3 runs have crossed the plate due to his swing, and he lays out of danger with that one for a 2-0 count. Again, the stat line is as follows: 13 runs for the Black Raiders off 8 hits, 2 errors. Meanwhile, 2 runs for the Glenwood Rams off of 5 hits and 3 errors. And on the mound, kind of staying away from the power that is Jack Thieler. The next pitch will be a get-me-over strike there, and you could tell as he had grins that that one was one he could take somewhere and take pretty far. But no green light there, but now we get the light here. That one just off the edge of it. And now from a 3-0 count, got to give kudos here to Anderson as he has now gone from a 3-0 count and brought it full. And 3-2 delivery. That one on a 2-chopper out there to second. The pick and fire, nicely done. Heck of an out there as Newberry captures out number 1. And a big one here for Sioux City East, Jack Thieler. And now that brings up Kason Claiborne to the plate, or at least his spot, as now we have a new hitter up in the mix here for the Black Raiders, as Caden Vankakluskas now stepping on up. And the first time he does is send it to third. In the end, a wild throw will now have him at second. He's going to head on over to third. There will be a throw in time, but the tag it is implied in time. Vakuslas with a sharp shot to third, and in the end with the throw that got away, and good job behind the dish to get all the way over there here for the Glenwood Rams, as you got to give credit to Pelzer. He made his way, or excuse me, get to Pelzer, yep. He went all the way backed up the first base throw and had an absolute dart all the way to third. And Kakluskas ended up coming up just a bit short there. So the error causes nothing in the grand scheme of things as we continue on with Logan Cherkas at the plate. And in there, strike, as we go for a 1-1 count here to a new batter here to tell you about, as Frankie Stews goes from being DH'd and now gets the chance to swing the bat here. And Stews on the season so far, the sophomore batting .275. 15 total bases, 11 runs driven in on the year, and swings through that one for strike 2. Again, coming up after this game is a battle between the Rams and the Lynx. That'll be the way that we end off the UNO quad, and it's been a heck of a one so far. If you didn't quite catch, go back and rewatch the Sioux City East and Valley game. That was a heck of a battle. And again, you can see why Sioux City East is one of the top teams in the state, as Stews will get the walk here. And now that'll bring up Bodie Colling's spot. And in place of Bodie Colling here is number 13 and Sully Weimer. The sophomore with a 143 average, 4 total bases on in limited action through just 12 games played on the season. And the next pitch, that one is sent on a rope out there into left field. And that will be station-to-station baseball as the Black Raiders continue their surge. That is yet another hit on the docket for them. As again, adding yet another hit to the mix. And we continue on with Hank stepping on up to the plate.
Now batting for the Black Raiders.
Or excuse me, as
Catcher number 1,
Lincoln McCaffrey stepping on up. He has walked and been hit by pitch twice in 3 trips to the plate. So again, 13 runs off of 9 hits, 2 errors for the Black Raiders, 2 runs off 5 hits, and 4 errors for the Glenwood Rams. Now, one sailing a bit too high. We go 2-0 with the count. And the Black Raiders looking to go undefeated here in action from Tall Anderson Field, the UNO Quad, for the 3rd year that we have been here, 3rd year in existence. Coach Britsky has done a phenomenal job at bringing this together and has been so gracious to invite us out here. And it truly is. Every year, we get to look forward to a good wrap-up to the month of June with a trip here to Tall Anderson Field. The next pitch gets hit on a rope into left center field. That will find the gap, and that will look to plate 1. At least 1, and now coming around home, we will have 2 plated for the Black Raiders. And standing up with a stand-up double here. Heck of a job by Lincoln McCaffrey, as that is his first official hit here in Game 2. And he has graced the base pass 4 straight trips. Again, twice via hit by pitch, once via walk, and this time via a 2-run double.
Now batting for the Black Raiders, the pitcher number 18, Brody Hanks.
And now Brody Hanks step on up. He is officially 0 for 3. A ground out, pop out, and strikeout in his trips here. Got to keep him honest there at second base. Again, the 2 runs in this inning have come with 2 down. It is now a 15-2 ball game in favor of the Black Raiders. And the 0-1 delivery sent on a little bit of a blooper out there into right center field. Nicely done by Hanks as he helps out his own cause. Crossing the plate here is McCaffrey. And now we add 1 more to the mix. It's a 16-2 advantage here for Sioux City East. And so exchanging a runner on second to a runner on first and 1 down as Chris Ford comes on back to the mix. The All-State track athlete getting his chance to get in here in game number 2.
Now batting the center fielder number 7, Quentin Ashcraft. Running at first base.
And now Ashcraft back at it again here. And the last 3 trips, he has grounded out and been hit by pitch twice in the 3rd inning. And so the 1-0 count, we continue on and gives us a chance to once again give you our trivia question here for you. And that includes who is the only individual to pitch in the Collegiate and Professional World Series in the same year. If you get that right, you can get some IA athletic gear courtesy of the great folks at the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. And after being sent on by the free pass yet again for the 3rd straight at bat, Ashcraft is going to have to get some more arm guards, it seems like. As we now continue on in place of Dane Milton here, will be number 6 in Chase Teat, excuse me. And on the year, the junior has not a ton of action under his belt. He does have 24 games played, none of them starting at 2 runs driven in and 1 strikeout on the docket. The 1-1 turns to the 1-0 turns to 1-1. Again, with runners on first and second here. There's been 2 outs for 5 batters now, and it has been an efficient outing here for the Black Raiders as they start to trickle in some new players into the mix. Meanwhile, Kyle Jepson is in the on-deck circle. He'll most likely get a 5th trip on at the batter's box here. And now the next pitch there on a 3-1 count will find its way into the strike zone, make it all full at 3-2. Again, Ford stands on second and Ashcraft on first, and the runners take off, and they'll be right back from whence they came here as that one is out of play, and we keep it at a 3-2 count. As always, again, check out on Monday with our rankings reveal. Kate Nissen and myself dive into some of the shakeups that happened in each class, as that one is popped high and into the Rams dugout there, as that will keep us right back where we are at a 3-2 count. Again, Kate Nissen and myself every Monday give you how things shake out, what the landscape of each class is looking like from week to week, and we give you the rankers' reasonings. Right? We go through and we give reasons, what happened in each week with each team, as that one is a heck of a slider, freezes them, and a strikeout much needed for the Glenwood Rams, as they avoid the top of the lineup for the Raiders coming back up. And they officially ended after 8 batters and 3 runs crossing for the Black Raiders, who now lead this one by a 16-2 margin. And the Raiders have done 16 runs off of 11 hits, 2 errors. Meanwhile, the Rams looking to add on to their 2 runs off 5 hits and 4 errors. And we'll be back in the bottom half of the inning, as the 4th will bring us Hutchcraft, Anderson, and Newberry when we return.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the... Hey, everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great, you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Hutchcraft, with his second at-bat of the game, sends that one foul as we kick off the bottom half of inning number 4. Brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. Perfect place to go ahead and just relax and have such a great meal. You will never forget it. Again, Hank's on the mound for the Black Raiders as he continues on. 3 innings worth, 1 strikeout up to this point. And he holds a 1-1 count. And the pitch, that one and gets away from them. Got to give him credit. The first time he has hit a batter in this one. And Hutchcraft, for the second time, has found his way onto the base pass here. He is officially labeled 1 for 1 with that hit by pitch. And now coming up to the plate is the newly minted pitcher, and Brennan Anderson. He struck into a double play his first time up.
Number 2, Brent Anderson.
He is officially 0 for 1 and would like to change the tides here. Already has a runner onto the base pass. That one chopped foul on the wrong side of the chalk line. It goes 0-1. So again, if you want to go ahead and check out across social media and on Rockfin, ROKFIN.com/IA Baseball, there's plenty of chances for you to catch up on our mid-season awards. Right, as in terms of Caden Nissen and each ranker as well as myself went through our all-star lineups, what they would look like, and that includes every position, including DH. Nothing more than that, which made it really intensely hard. And in the end, it still was a fun exercise. You can catch that out across our social media scene and wherever you can find our great products. That one laced into center field, and that bounces just a bit. Nice job by Ashcraft to make sure that it didn't bounce above him, which has seemed to happen more on a frequent basis here across Game 3 of this UNO quad. So now after 2 consecutive hits, we have the Rams in business here.
Number 10, Graham Newberry.
There's Graham Newberry stepping on up to the plate. Again, Hutchcraft on second base and Anderson standing on first. The inning started with Hutchcraft being hit by pitch. Anderson logs his first hit of the game, and now Newberry looking for his first hit of the contest. Swings through that one. And we have a 1-1 count. And again, nobody out. This is very reminiscent of the very first inning in which the Rams played it 2, tied it up. Of course, they're going to have to do quite a bit to tie it up here. But in the end, they have poked across. Now 6 hits in the game. And there's starting to be a little bit of momentum heading their way. The 1-2 delivery, that one too low. And good job behind the dish. McCaffrey keeping that in front of him. Again, it has been a scoring surge for the Black Raiders, who scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 7 in the third, and 3 in this fourth inning. That has given them 16 runs up to this point. Meanwhile, Glenwood hasn't scored since the very first inning, which plated all of their 2 runs. Good, healthy swing here by Newberry, but unfortunately, the 2-2 count swings through on strike 3, and that sets him down. Second strikeout of the day for Hanks on the mound. And with the first out of the inning underway, Dalton Pierce getting his chance, or Pierce Dalton, getting his next chance. He is 0 for 1 so far with a fly out to center. Runners at first and second. Bunt attempt squared away, and now we go and we bring the count even at 1-1. You can tell a little bit upset by that. Maybe you had it there, but in the end, it's really hard to not poke at the ball, and certainly you got to let it try and come to you. And speaking about come to you, Olaying out of danger there. As again, Dalton looking for his first hit, doesn't want to get hit, and now looks at a 2-1 count. 2-1 delivery, and that one is laced, a seeing-eye single into right field, and they're waving the runner around third. There will be no throw to the home plate. In the end, we get runners now at the corners here, and that's officially an RBI single for Dalton Pierce. as he pokes across the third run of the game here for Glenwood.
Now batting number 11, Miles Stanton.
And again, as Dalton stands on first, and on third here is Anderson. A chance to add on. They've already had a good start to this inning. Nobody out, turns to 1 out and 1 run. And now we bring up Miles Stanton to the plate. He too is looking to add on to the hit column here. 2 already in this inning, as he looks at what he needs to do as his assignment. 0-1 with the count. Runner taken off to second. There will be a throw, and now the run is heading on to home. And there you go. That's how you draw it up. If you see him headed to second, go ahead and head on home. In the end, that plates run number 4 of the ball game for the Rams as they keep clawing their way back into this one. So not only did they get the run, but they also got the stolen base credited to Dalton, who now stands on second. And again, up at the plate is Miles Stanton with an 0-2 count. Yeah, the pick and fire. That one on a slow chopper out there to Claiborne. The one-handed pickup and the nice dart across the diamond. That's how you work it right there. Heck of a play by the Black Raider third baseman. And a good connection over there to Thieler will get out. And we secure out number 2 in the process, now bringing up the top of the Glenwood lineup. And with that, again, Corbin Pelzer standing on up. He is officially 1 for 2, doubled back in the first. Could use that here with 2 down. The pitch, that one sent right side. And that one is in fair territory. Coming on with the snag will be Stoos, as he will capture that one and avoid the collision. And that's how we wrap it up. But not before the Glenwood Rams claw their way back into this one just a little bit. They plate 2, making it a 16-4 ball game. And we'll get the chance to see what happens in an answer from the Black Raiders when we return with the top of the Sioux City East lineup due up next.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, I mean, how great they were, and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the broadcast here. Andrew Brown here, rocking it from Tall Anderson Field. It is the backdrop for our UNO quad. We have had West Des Moines Valley, Sioux City East, Glenwood, and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln all taking part of what is a very fun way to wrap up the month of June in absolute thrilling style. And again, really happy that happy you're with us here as we continue to rock this. And again, it's Cal Jepson to start things off, and he draws a walk here in the top half of the fifth. Again, the Lynx and the Rams will battle it out in the next game here in the final one here from University of Omaha's Tall Anderson Field. And that one goes too far inside on Chris Ford in his first trip to the batter's box today, as he will get hit and he'll be in place of Jack Thieler. And so with that, two quick runners onto the base pass here to start the fifth.
Now batting the Black Raiders, number 15, Caden Vakuliskas.
And Vakuliskas stepping on up to the plate with his chance here to add onto the mix. He already almost got to third his first time up. It ended up on a wild throw, earning at least a double. He tried to leg it out into a triple. In the end, he got shot down, and he would love to pick up his first hit here as he fouls that one off, and we go to an 0-1 count. And again, with runners on first and second, Ford stands on first. And Jepson stands his way on to second, trying to add on to what has been an offensive surge here for the Black Raiders here. They have plated 16 runs on 11 hits. That one a little bit too low. We even up at one apiece. Again, coming on up, we do have our high and tight program on Tuesday. And you'll catch that at noon. The chance to catch up on big highlights around the state of Iowa, some thoughts, and of course, our Player of the Week winner. You'll be able to catch up on that. And as always, you can do so by nominating and voting on our Facebook page that player or performance of the week. And a good swing comes up empty there. And we continue to rock on. Again, up on the dish here for the Glenwood Rams on the mound is number 2, once again, Brennan Anderson. He came into this with 4 2/3 innings, and he gives up a hit there as that one singled out there to right field. And coming on home with the slide will be Jepson, as he'll pick up yet another run. That marks 17 on the game here for the Black Raiders. It's 17-4.
Now batting for the Black Raiders, the right fielder, number 16, Frankie Stews.
And again, still with nobody out, we have runners on the corner for Frankie Stews in his second at-bat here of the ball game. Again, this broadcast brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. Check them out in Galena, Illinois. have yourself a little vacation, and while you're at it, make it a vacation here as well on the dining experience. One of the best ones that you'll have, hands down, across the landscape. They have some great food. I can very well tell you that I can vouch for the people who will make it happen, and they're absolutely phenomenal individuals, and you will not be disappointed with the service that you get there as well. That one laced left side, but that will find its way into foul territory. As we continue on with an 0-2 count with still nobody out. Already one run having come home and crossed the plate. Runners on the corners now for the Black Raiders. As that one gets lifted into left center field, that will come down, and a big hop will send it over the wall. The third such instance here in this game. That will plate one, and we now have an 18-4 ball game for the Black Raiders. And now we continue on as in Bodie Calling's spot here. Bomber getting the chance to get his first action, a little bits of action here. That one gets away. Heading on him will be another run here as 19 runs have officially crossed here for the Black Raiders. And again, as we mentioned, up at the plate, Sully Weimer, the sophomore, as he comes in batting 143, and that's after he has had 4 total bases so far in limited action varsity-wise on the season. That one too far inside. We go ball one. The next pitch, and he finds the outer corner, paints it just right, 2-1. Again, runner on third, 19 runs having crossed here for the Black Raiders. And again, our trivia question will go ahead and give you the answer to that here coming on up. But I'll give you a hint for those who have not quite caught it up yet. Again, the question being, who is the only individual to have pitched in the College and Professional World Series in the same year? A big distinction there, as there have been many pitchers to have pitched in both settings, but in the end, there has been one to do it in both the Professional and Collegiate World Series. Make sure to email your answers to iabaseball1@gmail.com, iabaseball1@gmail.com. And again, there's a hint that this individual was drafted by the Kansas City Royals. So he was a Royal when he made the World Series, as Lincoln McCaffrey has to dive out of danger for that one here, 1-0. But again, hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. And give us your answer here, as that one is flared into a shallow right field. That'll find its way right in front of Williamson. Heck of a job, and the throw to second almost got him, as that was a big round of second base. In the end, no harm, no foul, and we got runners on second and first and second now, and it is a 20-run ball game here for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. It's a 20-4 advantage. Hank stepping on up, getting his chance to help out his own cause, and swings through that one on a foul tip, strike one. Still nobody out here. This is a game that started very competitively 2-2, and then, of course, kind of got a little ways away. That one lifted into right field. That one's taking him back over the head of the center and right fielder, and that will bounce to the wall. That will plate one. Coming around, looking to plate two, and it does. And now Hanks helping out his own cause in a big way as he picks up a 2 RBI double. And the hits just keep coming. That now marks the 15th hit of the ball game for Sioux City East as they now lead this one 22-4. And now stepping back up is Quentin Ashcraft, the center fielder, as he'll swing through that one for strike one. And that one goes too far inside, and that will drill him. Now mark this, the 4th time that Ashcraft has been hit in this ball game. He has been hit now in 4 consecutive innings. He has made his way onto the base pass 4 out of 5 trips to the plate. And again, all 4 of them have been hit by pitch.
Now batting for the Black Raiders.
Again, you still got to give a lot of credit to Glenwood. They're holding in there as that one gets lifted left side on a shallow shot to left field, and that will bounce right in front. And a heck of a throw out there by Dalton to keep the runners at bay. Exactly what I was talking about. Got to give them a lot of credit as they still have held their own in here. They scored 2 in the first and 2 in the fourth, so they have been clawing back the best that they can. And in the end, they have. There's been no quit in this team. You got to show them a lot of positivity for simply battling here. You know, they do have quite the hill to climb that's turning into a mountain right now as Kyle Jepson stepping up to the plate. But in the end, they're still battling. They're still giving effort, and that's what you want to see as, and again, a really kind of a proud program here with the Glenwood Rams. The 0-1 here, nobody out. That one shot right side. A nice pickup by Newberry. Almost overthrows the first baseman, but does collect a much-needed out number 1. In the meantime, Hanks will cross the plate, and he will make it now a 23-4 ball game. Again, have a couple different answers here and a couple of right answers, I will say. And again, go ahead and keep getting your guesses in. If you get it correct, we'll get an IA Athletic shirt coming your way. And a great chance for you to catch up on the on our social media sites as well as rockfin.com. A chance for you to catch up on a link to find where to purchase that gear. And again, 15 different colors, each shirt just $15. So get yourself a couple for $30 and rock the IA brand here and have a good time with it. A nice haul, a good defensive play out there at third from Turner, but in the end, he cannot get the throw connected there, and that will place some more runs, make it now 25-4. As the Raiders continue to pile on here and now standing with a runner on second and still 1 down here in the top of inning number 5. The Black Raiders have now scored 9 in the top half of the 5th, and they have plated 25 runs, one of the season high marks for them on the year. And by looking through the scores, this is indeed the highest run total that the Black Raiders have put up all season. Again, 25 runs off of 16 hits, 2 errors suffered on the game. And now we get in there for a good, much-needed strike number 2 and a 1-2 count. Glenwood has put up enough for most wins here. They have 8 hits, and they have produced 4 runs, and normally that would be the chance to win a game in most instances. In the end, the Black Raiders are on just another level here as that one goes for out number 2. So you really take it for a grain of salt. The Sioux City East is on the warpath to make it to the state tournament, and not just there, but to win it. They have the depth, they have the power, they have the finesse. And this is just the year of Sioux City East. Not to try and put anything against that, but man, this is the year of the Black Raiders right now. And so, if you're Glenwood, you still got to be happy with the performance. 8 hits in the ball game, which generally on average is enough to secure at least a competitive, if not a win, in the ball game. So with that, that is out number 3, and now a chance for Glenwood to try and claw back into this one. They are down by a 25-4 mark, and when we do come back, it will be the top of the lineup once more as we return with the Glenwood Rams back up after this.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, how great they were and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Christensen doing the duties to start things off, and he'll have a slow chopper out there to first, a quick play, and nicely done at first. Gets the out, but barely, and that's a heck of an out as a big bat here for the Rams is set down as Christensen is with the 3 unassisted, brings up Ryan Turner to the plate. Turner on the game so far has had a ringing double back in the first. He started off the scoring for the Rams with a 2-run single, and since then has also added a single into the mix. He is officially 2 for 2 on the day. The 1-0 has swung through for a 1-1 count. Again, beautiful day here. A little bit of heat, a little bit of muggy, but in the end, it is still a fantastic time for baseball. And again, hopefully you got the chance to catch up our social media feed as we went across the Prongy Classic in day 2. Covered a lot of ground and a lot of different teams and had a lot of fun in the process. And we hope you did too. And just want to say thank you to Bill Prongy and everybody at the Prongy Classic for making us feel very welcome there and making us making it a great time for us as the media. They're very available. They make it very well. It's so easy to be a part of any one of the games there. And again, they bring teams from all across the state as that strikeout goes for out 2. And the ground out there goes for out number 3. But again, a big thank you to everybody at the Prongy Classic for making it such a great event for us as broadcasters and media. but also just as fans, as we get to watch some great baseball, again, for 2 straight games, teams all across the state converging. 39 teams, all 4 classes represented. Thanks to everyone who made the Brent Prongi Classic possible. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this game here, as this one is ended early. And Sioux City East Black Raiders, they poke across 25 runs on 16 hits with 2 errors. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they poke across 4 runs on 8 hits. They suffer 5 errors in the loss. And as we look here, as we are going through this, coming on up, as we take a look at the road ahead for both teams, brought to you by the great folks at Insulites.com. Again, the road ahead, we'll look at Sioux City East here for you just a quick bit. And following this win here, they will take on 2 more road trips in Sioux City. They will be at Sioux City West to kick off the month of July, and then they take on Bishop Heelan on the 3rd, and then they'll look to try and get closer into the series against Harlan, in which the Cyclones lead that series 7-5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a winner here. And thanks to everybody who got their questions in, and everybody getting their thoughts in for the trivia question, which was, who is the only person to have pitched in the College and Professional World Series? The hint was that they were drafted by the Royals, and in the end, they played for the TCU Horned Frogs in the college days, and it is Brandon Finnegan the answer. And I want to give a shout out to JB, as Jay Berknupas. I'm sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. Jay, you are the winner here of the t-shirt here, brought to you by Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse, an IA-themed shirt. Make sure to let us know what kind of color you might want, and we'll try and get that here for you. Nonetheless, a shirt is coming your way. JB, make sure to give us your... how do we get it to you, right? Give us where we're going to send it to. Also, give us... As again, we got the College World Series on there. Again, give us not only where we're going to send it to, but what's your shirt size, and of course, what color you would prefer. And we'll get an IA Athletic Department shirt coming your way. So again, congratulations to Jay, as he ends up our winner here. But don't worry. If you didn't get it across this game, stick around. We will have action for you in our final game of the day coming on up here in the not-so-distant future. So again, that is coming your way very shortly. A new trivia question for some new IA swag, which comes your way. So again, Jay, congrats. Once again, email us what your shirt size is, your color preference, and where we should be sending this to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here. Again, it is 25 runs off 16 hits, 2 errors for Sioux City Heelan, as they officially end their time here in the University of Omaha's Tall Anderson Field as one of the only teams to go undefeated up to this point. In fact, they will be the only undefeated team to leave here from Tall Anderson Field unblemished. And with that, again, we wrap things up. Glenwood, 4 runs off 8 hits, 5 errors. The Black Raiders, 25 runs off 16 hits, 2 errors. And again, the Sioux City East, the only team to leave this quad with an undefeated doubleheader record. All right, we're going to wrap things up. We got a brand new broadcast here. Glenwood takes on the Lynx of Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.